Hello and welcome back. It's Friday, it's sunny, it's not going to rain, hopefully, and it's finally time for a camp over my local woodland at my bushcraft camp. So it's been a long time coming, and I actually realised I haven't done a like camp over video, like a night out on my channel in the last year. So this is the first one at my bushcraft camp. So I've got a few activities to sort out, do. I'm going to cook some food up. I've got a little thing I've made to keep food warm while something else is cooking. So yeah, it's going to be a good evening, I think. Sorry, got caught up in a tree. So it's going to be about 12 degrees tonight, so not too bad. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good evening. So I'm just going to got my one Tigris rocket pack with me, so I'll go through the kit that I've got with me later, and yeah, so hopefully it's going to be a good evening. Just walking down the side of the canal now, so yeah, I will bring you back in a bit when I get to camp, and hopefully everything's still okay. So just coming up to camp very soon, and as you can see, it's very overgrown down here. This track isn't used very much by anyone around the area. All the time I've been coming walking down here and using this area, I've seen 2 people use it, maybe a bike come through. That's about it really. So I'm just gonna head down here now, and when I get into camp I will show you what's going on. I've got a bit of a dab on because I've got trousers on. I got my big boots on because it's still a bit damp around, and all these stingers and stuff have come up. So I have got trousers on at the minute, which is making me a bit warm. So just coming up to camp now, and everything looks sound and dandy. Doesn't look like anyone's been here, so hopefully should be good for tonight. I left those bits there the other night. Tables back under there, so but yeah, this is going to be home for the night. So later on, as you can see, there is a bit of a damp patch around the outside, but in the middle bit there it is nice and dry by the looks of it. So looks like if the rain comes in at a certain angle I might get a bit wet if it does rain, but yeah, woodland is nice and green at the moment, and you can't see my camp from the track anyway. So I'm going to get myself sorted and yeah, start sorting my life out. Okay, so just had a little wander around, and it does look like someone's been here. So there was some twigs off to the side here with some sticks stuck in the ground, which I didn't do, and the way I left the fire pit wasn't the way I left it. So it looks like someone has been round here, so I think I'm gonna just stay here for a few hours, see how I get on, if I see anyone or whatever, and I'll call it a day. But I think I'm gonna try and stay here tonight and just hope for the best, basically. So yeah, I'm just gonna chill out for 10 minutes, get some water on board because it is quite hot. Probably get my chair out, so sitting on these logs, and yeah, go from there. So before I do anything else, it is very buggy over here this evening, so trying to get out the old natural insect repellent. So I've done a review on this before, and it is banging. It smells amazing, so it's going to get some on. It leaves your skin so soft and so lovely. I just use it every day, like, so I'm going to get it all over my neck and my ears and stuff, and like the exposed bits, because the bugs are biting. I haven't been bit yet, but I know it's coming. So yeah, I'm gonna get covered up, and then I'm gonna go and collect some firewood. I think I've got my firewood collecting bag with me, so I'm gonna go collect some firewood and start getting ready for this evening. So I don't really need wood for heat tonight, so I'm just gonna collect a little bit. I've got some. I'm just going to collect a bit to burn, to basically cook my food So this bit has been hanging up in this tree for ages by the looks of it. So if we snap it, yeah, lovely and dry. General rule of thumb, if it sounds like a crackling fire when you snap it, then generally it's dry enough to burn. So I'm just going to cut this down into some lengths which are kind of suitable for the fire pit area that I use. So when you're cutting, always cut away from yourself to the side, especially with a saw. Use a leg clamp, so clamp it in between your legs. You can do this standing up or sitting down, and then just cut to the side of yourself. As I say, I don't really need this fire heat tonight. This wood is lovely and dry, so I can always split this down with my axe or knife to burn a bit longer. But I ain't going to cook till a bit later because I had a late lunch. So as it's getting down towards the ground, it is getting a little bit punky. So probably one last piece, probably do it. Nah, it's a bit punky, that bit. So love the pocket boy and love the little pouch that I've got. So tools that I'm rocking today, I've got my Helicon Tex first aid kit, my silky pocket boy in its new pouch, and I've got the bushcraft store Lynx compact, so in scout carry, so it's out the way. So this wood is nice and dry, it's been stood up. I do need some smaller stuff to get the fire going, which in the tree hung up here, look, got lots of dead snappable twigs which feel generally dry. It might be a little bit damp because obviously it has been raining, but this is ash by the looks of it, by the black buds, and yeah, it's snapping okay. It's been off the ground, which is generally what you're looking for with stuff to burn, really. So I've got a few bits there. I'll collect some more of the thinner stuff, and then yeah, see about maybe having a coffee or something. So I've just been across to the beech tree, which I've showed you in other videos, and just collected a load of these very small branches which were hanging in the lower branches of the tree, and as you can hear when I do this next to the mic, they are very, very dry. So they've been hung up in the tree for a while, even though it's rained the last few days. They're still, because it's been windy, and they still are extremely dry. So I've got plenty of kindling to get the fire going. So I just need to find some tinder, which I think I'm going to try and get some silver birch bark, because there's lots of silver birch around here. I'm also going to, these bigger sticks, I'm going to split them down in half with my knife. So just batten them down a little bit, just so they burn a bit better in the early stages. Get to the really dry wood on the inside. It's only 6:10, so I'm not going to bother getting the fire going just yet, because I'm not really hungry yet. So because of somebody's been here, I'm going to leave it till the last minute to kind of set my kit up. So I have got my head torch and stuff. Obviously it doesn't get dark till gone, what, 9:30 anyway. So yeah, I'm just going to hang out, chill out, and yeah, make a brew in a minute. Actually, I think I've got a coffee. I think I'm going to get my chair out as well, and yeah, and just chill out for a bit and listen to the wind in the trees. Okay, so I'm just going to split some of this this stuff down here to get to the drier stuff. So I'm just gonna, it's only thin wood, so I'm just gonna get my knife out and just batten it down a touch, just to help get it going. It does feel quite dry on the inside, so should be all good to get this fire going later. I'm going to leave some of the bits quite thick or just full once the fire's going. I have got some dried out wood which was just in my little wood store, so just need a little bit of this just to split it. And it's, as you can see here, it is nice and dry, so it should burn nicely later when I get my food cooking, which I'll show you my food in a bit. But I think I'm just going to do a quick brew in a minute on my Trangia, and then yeah, that piece is a little bit rotten, that'll do for later. But I've got plenty of kindling, and I'm going to try and find some silver birch bark which is nice and usable. Some of it around here is quite old and dead, so it's not great for fire lighting. So do a little bit more split down. But plenty of kindling, plenty of medium shaped stuff. I have got, I say, in my wood store over there, some of the bigger chunky bits, which is one of these. So I think I remember saying last year that when I first come here, there was bees. So these are actually ground bees that dig these little holes. As you can see, one just come out of them. So from doing a bit of research earlier, they don't have a queen, so they're all females. You can see another one popped out then, and they basically dig their own little trenches, basically little holes. So as you see, there's one going in there now. Really nice, kind of beautiful bees actually. Nice orange backside to them. So as you can see, they're just crawling off inside. Not sure if they have big hives or small hives or anything really about them too much, but yeah, they're right next to where I sit. So that's the hive, and that's obviously my chair and camp. But last year I moved just over there in the woodland to do videos and stuff, but I think they don't swarm by the sounds of it. As long as you don't disturb them and start doing their editing, they'll leave you alone really. So I'm just going to let them do what they've got to do and be bees, and I will be me lighting a fire later. So I'm going to make a brew now, I think, and yeah, I ain't going to bother recording that because you've seen me do brews loads of times. Yeah, going to get brew on. Okay, brew is done. So I've got a camel latte, cheap and nasty one from good old Aldi or Lidl. These are good. They're called hot lips. So this little piece of silicone rubber that clips onto your metal cups, so you can drink your brew while the cup's still hot. Titanium cools down quite quick, which is what this 750ml pot is. But stainless steel ones can stay a little bit warmer for longer. So I'm going to drink my brew up, and then it's about 7:15 now. So I've been here a couple of hours. So I'm going to might get the fire going and cook some food up. I've only got this to cook my food. So I've got 2 packets. I've got a packet of a curry type meal, and then some rice to do. So I made myself one of these little pouches. So it's the reflective stuff you put behind radiators, and I made a pouch so I can warm probably the curry lentil thing I've got with me from, I think I got from Aldi. Stick that in there, wrap it up, and that'll keep that warm while I'm cooking the rice up, because I'm going to boil them both in the bag, and then I'm going to add the rice to the boiling the bag, so I've got less washing up to do. So hopefully, trial tonight, that'll work. But the idea is it's just big enough to get like some bacon in, or a couple of sausages as well. So I could put like a little cool bag in there, wrap it up like so, or whatever, and then it gets slid down inside my Bergen or my day sack, and then I can take, so a couple of sausages and bacon out in the woods with me if it's the same night or same day or whatever. So yeah, I'm just going to enjoy the next 10 minutes to have a sit down, and then I'll crack on. Okay, so it's time for some food and to get the fire going. So I've got a 750ml mug here, which I'm going to cook the food that I've got first. So I've got with me breakfast tomorrow morning. So I've got some basmati rice and one of these sweet and tangy barbecue beans from Lidl, these ones. I have got an Aldi version as well, which I haven't brought with me. I've got for another camp coming up, so it's their version of it, like a lentil beans. So the plan is, I've got my mug, I've got my cooking rack griddle, which I'm going to put over the fire once it's going. Mug's going to go on there. I'm going to shake all the stuff to the bottom, water in first, and I'm going to warm the meal up like so in the mug. Okay, once it's warm and I'm happy that it's warm through, I'm then going to put that in there to stay warm, and then I'm going to boil the rice in the packet. So I open it up. What I do is I open it up a little bit, pour a tiny bit of water inside, give it a squidge round, and then drop that in the water as well to boil through. Then my plan is, because these packets are only filled to about there, open that up and just put some rice in. There's probably more rice there than I need, but I can just eat it plain if needs be. So that's the plan. So that'll go in there, like that'll go in the cup like so, water in, and then stick that on the fire. It's going to have to sit like that. So I have got my leather gloves just here. So I'm going to get the fire going and then get this food on the go, because I'm getting a little bit peckish now. Okay, nice and simple to get the fire going tonight. Got my fire kit, and I'm just going to use, I think, what have we got in here that I can use? Cotton wool with Vaseline, nice and simple, no messing around tonight. So just use a couple of them. I do keep multiple different ways of lighting fires in this fire kit, which I think I've done a video on this fire kit. I don't know if I put it out yet, to be honest. So fire kit is done up, and put that away in a minute. So cotton wool with Vaseline, so nice and simple. Break it up. Vaseline acts as fuel, and then I've got some silver birch bark which I've collected as well, which I'm going to leave as a base and drop a couple of pieces on. So I think you can see that, hopefully. It's not in the rock. The rock isn't in the way, but a couple of pieces of the, cotton wool, and then a couple of sparks, as you can see, whoop, going straight away, if you can see that. Drop a couple of pieces of silver birch on as well, bark. Make sure you put your kit back, so knife, etc. And then I'm just going to lay on over the top the dead, dry, kindling sized pieces. And general rule of thumb is, when it burns through this layer, then add your next layer of wood on, the next size of wood on. So that's kind of started to burn through now. Now that's established and going. Sort yourself out. Check, see if you can see. Oh yeah, easy, you would have said that. So I'm just going to let that burn through now, and then I'm going to start adding more and more firewood on. It is a bit smoky because everything's a little bit damp. So now that layer's burnt through, I'm going to put some of this split wood on top, just to create like a little cross. So this is the wood that's hopefully nice and dry in the middle. Plenty of airflow with this fire pit. I kind of did it so there's lots of air rolls and everything around it. So I'm going to have to let this die down a bit before I can get cooking, because it's just of how big it is at the moment, and my grill isn't massive, big enough to go over the top just yet. I'll let it burn down a bit first. Some of the smaller sticks will burn down underneath, and it'll drop down a little bit then the fire. So I'm just going to let that burn for a little bit, and then yeah, get cooking. Okay, so it's time to get the cooking pot on. So I'm going to put my little griddle on there, which is secure-ish. Meal in first, then water, so you don't overdo the water and it piddles all over the side. Now, making sure the meal is tucked in, I'm going to try and get the lid on here, which I don't think it's going to stick on. No. There we go. And then I can still feed the fire little bits from underneath the griddle because it's quite high up. I'll just bring you around so I can show you from this side. So as you can see, this side, the fire pit is raised, so I can still feed a few sticks underneath. There we go. So I have got my gloves here, as I said, just in case, so I can move my pot around as needs be. But I want to try using this 750ml pot a little bit more, so trying to kind of use it so I can use it when I go hiking and walking a bit more to cook meals and stuff. So hopefully the heat off that won't melt the top of that packet. If it does start melting it or whatever, I'll have to just bring the pot back over here a little touch out of direct flame a little bit. But at the moment it doesn't seem to be affecting it too much, so we'll go from there and see what happens. Okay, so the water's boiling now, so what we're going to do is, I think that meal inside is probably warm enough now, so, and the packet's starting to get copped. So as I said, I'm going to leave that in the packet to stay warm. That feels really warm. I'm going to put it inside my little heating pouch to keep it warm. So that's going to be just tucked underneath next to the fire, and then in goes the rice next. So I am going to empty a little bit of this rice out because I don't need it all, only a little bit. And then I'm going to steam the rice, so touch of water in, and then tuck that into the water again. And then this time I am going to try and get the lid on a little bit. Let's see if we can steam the rice for a little bit. I could have just dropped it into the pot really, but I don't want to be washing up, to be honest. So, because as I say, there's only a canal near here. So if I want to use the cup in the morning, I don't really want to be using canal water to wash up. So I'm going to leave that to boil for a few minutes, probably about 5-10 minutes, and then I'm going to pour it in and see what happens. Okay, so by the looks of it, the rice is done. So I'm gonna take the cup off, put it over here. So rice, so get rid of this for now. So the rice is done, and then let's check to see if it still feels nice and warm. Yeah, feels warm. So I'm going to rip the top off there, put that there a minute. It's warm enough. And then I'm going to scoop some rice into my tangy beans, which the rice is done lovely as well, if I do say so myself. So there's now rice and tangy beans in the packet, no washing up, no messing around. The rice is done. Yeah, the rice is alright. So that's quite a hearty meal, and no washing up, bar my spoon. So that's nice. These tangy beans are quite nice from Lidl anyway, so with the extra rice added in as well. Yeah, I'm going to get this eaten, and then I'm just going to chill around the fire for a bit, I think, and yeah, just chill out for a bit until it starts to drop dark. Okay, so just put my log carrier underneath there, then I've got my ground sheet, then I've put my bivvy bag down, so I don't want to pop my airbed. So I've got my little pump and got all the different adapters. I think I need that one. These little pumps are great, just plug them in and let them do their thing. And they're not very loud either, really. So it's all right for camping and stuff. So and they're not very heavy either. So I'm gonna let this blow up, and then I'm gonna leave my sleeping bag in my bag for a bit, I think, because I don't want any creepy crawlies. I realised, and I'd forgot, that I have got a head net with me. So it's a midgie and mosquito head net. So I might put that on tonight. It's only due to be about 13 degrees tonight, so I don't think I'm going to bother putting my thermals or anything. I might just sleep in my clothes, really. Just take a few bits out of my pockets. So, but yeah, it's going to be a good night, hopefully, and hopefully nobody comes for a visit in the night. So I'm going to let this blow up, and then yeah, just go with the flow, like. So just before it gets too dark, I'm going to just give you a quick look around camp and show you again, because I know you've seen it in other videos, but I'm going to give you like a full walking view of it now. So spin you around. So the track is just over there, which, as you can see, you can't see anything. There's a right nice sunset out there, so I'm not going to have a look at that in a minute. But this is camp, so it's pretty much well camouflaged. I do need to add some more foliage to this, which I will do once all this bracken starts to die down again. There's loads just to the rear of me, over here as well. So I've got my wood store there, which I've been using some of that tonight. That's my sitting area, so with a bit of a wall and the log seat at the back, which I've then got my seat in front of, and then the pièce de résistance, which is my sleeping area for tonight. So the shelter plastic thing does work. The ground was dry underneath it, but I'm going to take it out, I think, and extend it a little bit, make it a little bit bigger. Maybe add a couple more layers on, but that's bed for tonight. I'll get my sleeping bag out in a bit once it drops a little bit more dark. And yeah, it's a bit darker than it looks on the camera, which I think is a thing anyway. So, and then the M6 is just there. You can see the vehicles going past. So Yeah, that covers my noise from anybody over on the track, because the canal is just here somewhere. So I'm gonna just let this chill out 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna go take a little walk onto the canal track actually and see the sunset. So I've just had a little walk out onto the canal track, and you can't see any of this from out there. So I take it the person who found the camp just kind of was having a wander. I don't know, same as I was when I found this nice little area to set up in. So let's hope they don't come back tonight. So yeah, I'm going to just sit and chill out for a bit now. The fire, I've threw a few more logs on the fire. I'm going to drink some water because I feel a little bit dehydrated. I've got about 750ml for the morning. I should do breakfast and a brew, so that should be okay. But yeah, so I'm just going to chill out for a bit now, stop recording for a bit, chill out, and yeah, just watch the fire for a little bit. So it's just gone 10 o'clock, and it's it looks dark on the camera, but it's still pretty light. So I'm gonna try and get some sleep, to be honest. The M6 is still really loud, so it might work as a background noise, it might not, but yeah, I'll let you know how I get on, if I get attacked by bugs or anything else in the night, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you in the morning. Good morning. It's about 4:30, and yeah, I've woke up because the M6 is busy, birds are out, and it's starting to get light. So I'm going to get myself up in a minute and see if I can see the sunrise in a bit. First light's about 4, but the sunrise is normally or so afterwards. So as you can see, I did have to wear my head net in the night because I kept getting attacked by buggies in the ears and stuff. So yeah, it was a decent night really. I think the shelter needs some work doing to it. If it would have rained, I think I'd have copped it a little bit just by the angle of it. So I think I need to work on this waterproof back a bit and push it up a bit and stuff, and make a bit more room in here. So but I'm going to get up in a minute, make some breakfast and a brew, and probably shoot off early because I've got some more plans today and another camping trip planned for tonight. Okay, so camp is packed up, so just a few bits out there that I'll throw back in my day sack now, and then I'm going to sit and have a quick brew and do some brekkie, which is 2 helpings of porridge in my orange cup, and then probably going to head back to the car, head back to the house quite early. It's only about like a 5-minute drive from my house, this is. So but yeah, it's looking nice in the woodland this morning. You can see the M6 has been going at it all night, didn't really quieten down at all. But yeah, it's quite nice this morning. So yeah, brew and some porridge is in the back. Okay, so just in the Trangia warm up, it's taking a little bit of time to warm up this morning because it's obviously a little bit chillier than yesterday. So I've done about 600ml of water, and then I've got my folded cup, or big orange one, and I've got 2 servings of porridge for this morning. So it's the little tubs that you get your porridge in, and it's just 2 of them. The reason being is 1 isn't enough, and I don't want to bring 2 tubs with me. So what I do is I just put it in just a food bag, which is here. So there's 2 helpings in there, so that goes in my orange cup, and yeah, just eat it at the orange cup. So it goes in there. It's quite a healthy serving, as you can see, but I'm quite peckish this morning, so that bag gets recycled and used again for more porridge for the next few days. So the trangy is taking a while to warm up this morning. Just going to help it along with a blow. It's not too windy this morning, so I don't think I'm going to get my windshield out. So I'm just going to let that warm up now. If it takes a while to warm up, then I'll probably get the windshield out just to give it a bit of a shield. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is, and hopefully it'll be okay. So it's a little bit chilly this morning. Now I've stopped packing and stuff, so I have got my base layer on, shmarg around my neck just to give me a bit of warmth around there, and I've got my gilet on that I mentioned yesterday. So I am off to the Peak District tonight to do a walk and a wild camp somewhere down by the Roaches. So from tonight, the weather's meant to be generally the same, but it is going to be a little bit more exposed because it's the Peak District. So I am going to swap out this jacket for my softy, the military softy, the British Army softy jacket, which they are lovely and warm. Not quite as warm as my down jacket, but yeah, I don't think I need my down jacket. It's not that bad. So yes, I'm going to go back. I'm going to probably have a nap for a bit because I am tired. Repack my kit, replan my food. Probably head over there for around about between 11 and 12, something like that. Have a good wander around the Roaches for a few hours. Have some lunch up there, and then go back to the car, chill out for a bit, and then head over to where I'm going to camp a little bit later on in the evening, like I did last night. So a bit of a later tea. So I am going to dump some of my kit that I don't need at home, like axe, saw. I'm not going to have a fire, so I'm going to take my trangier, so I need to replan on the fuel. I ain't going to take my chair or the log carrier. I might take my other grey mat I've got just for something to stand on. Yeah, I'm going to dump a few bits that I don't need and lighten my pack a little bit. But yeah, should be a good night. So I'm going to just eat my brekkie up. I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to watch me eat my brekkie. So I'm going to eat my brekkie and then I'm going to pack up and shoot off. So thank you for watching. I know this is a longish video, but it'll probably work out about 45 minutes, I reckon. So in the end, so yeah, hope you enjoyed my first overnight at my bushcraft camp, and I will see you again soon. Please like and subscribe, and see my other social medias. Thank you.